Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Colts Cast. Here's Jamal Lawrence. I'm Eric Smith, your co-host of the Colts Cast. Of course, hey, look, the Indianapolis Colts really like their guys, right? We love them. Chris Ballard can tell you so. Problem is, every team in the AFC South has been making moves to acquire some outside talent, while the Colts haven't really made a splash signing this year. Here's how we can do it, though. Enter Justin Simmons, former Denver Bronco, 4-time second-team All-Pro, 2-time Pro Bowler, NFL interceptions co-leader in 2022, number 57 in the NFL Top 100 this year. Quite an introduction for a guy who's a free agent. Look, NFL insider Benjamin Albright, he revealed on X today, and I quote, "He's had over a dozen offers, LOL, just looking for the right situation. Probably signs this week, AFC South," end quote. Let's talk about it. Jamal, what am I missing here about Simmons? You know, pros, cons. Is he the right guy for us? Talk to him.
First thing you're missing is that like and subscribe button. Go and hit that bad boy for us. Let us know you're here. Drop your comments below if you think that we should scoop him up or just leave him kind of be. Leave him be. Maybe the Broncos will pick him back up if we don't. Who knows? But you know, that's a great question. I mean, I think all signs are leading to the positivity right now as far as it goes for someone like him, especially because I was super critical of this back when the free agency first started. I was very big on I wanted to see something being done right then. And obviously I knew the reality of it was that it wasn't going to happen right then, but I like to be optimistic, you know, when the time is there. So I'd say all that to say the patient game, the waiting game, or however you want to call it, if he truly has these offers on the table, I don't know when they started coming in, but patience could have benefited or is probably going to benefit whatever team does scoop him up. We saw Diggs just getting picked up by the Titans for what, $3 million contract up to $5 million with some incentives. You guys know I'm really big on incentives. But when I was reading reports back from May, guys, they were saying that Diggs was going to be pushing somewhere in the neighborhood of $9.5 million, with Simmons pushing even higher than that. And I say that to say, if the Colts could now possibly get Simmons out of $5, $6, $7 million contract, I mean, at this point, I think you kind of have to pull the trigger, don't you?
I don't see it. Oh, you see it? You think we can get him for single digits?
I don't know.
You're right, though. You're right, though. I mean, we were talking about, you know, these balloon safety contracts back then. I mean, Diggs was pushing some single highs. We thought Justin Simmons could be double digits. I still think Justin Simmons is probably still double digits. But no, you're right, Jamal. I mean, Quandre Diggs just got picked up by the Titans. Like, we can't see another safety get signed by another rival, can we?
You know, and realistically speaking, no, I don't think we can. But I think where it comes down to is obviously going to be the money issue. Two things. One is going to be the money issue. And the second one is going to be, you know, I personally, and this is just me speaking, I don't think Ballard's in the market right now to pick up somebody else. And again, I know you say I'm hypocritical. You can say whatever. I truly don't think he is. He stood tall on respecting his players and wanting to only keep them around. And I think unless the staff around him can convince him to say, hey, listen, we got to make a move right now, and we need to take advantage of this opportunity when the going's good and the price is cheap. I think that's the only way Ballard truly does go after that. Now, I hope he surprises me. I hope he just says, nah, Jamal, I got this, dog, watch this, and pulls the trigger before. But I really do think he's going to stand tall on his beliefs the way he stood the entire time. Why change now for for someone who's going to be 31 by the time the season starts, unless the people around you say,
we ain't worried about that.
I'm not worried about it.
We weren't worried about Stephon Gilmore's age back when we signed him, and he was an impact player. Hey, look, we have the salary cap space to make a great offer to him. We should be at the top of the list for that. Do we really want Julian Blackmon to keep switching back and forth at free safety and strong safety, or can we sign someone who can immediately fill that void and play at a high level? I don't know. Y'all tell me, because they obviously aren't comfortable with Rodney Thomas or Nick Cross yet. And if they're truly experimenting with Blackmon, and we all know Blackmon can only play one of those positions, can't be in two spots at one time. We need to take action. Simmons, I believe, is only available because Denver was having salary cap issues. 100%. They're probably still in the market to get him back on a different contract. But you add Simmons to this safety group, and I feel like we have one of the better safety groups in the NFL. I almost said best. Let me relax. But like, you talk about this guy, Justin Simmons. Everyone's talking about him. The fan base is talking about him. The fan base wants him. Colts Nation wants him. Everybody wants him. Jamal, you talked about him a few months ago. Yeah. Why can't we do it? He's a super versatile safety in the NFL. He's lined up in the box, slot, free safety last year. He's lined up everywhere. We can put this guy almost anywhere back there. The ability to wear all those hats in today's NFL is such an asset. I just think he's too good to not fit into our scheme. We're plug and play. That's how you got to do it, because would have to account for Blackman and Simmons, and that's going to greatly boost our secondary to new heights. We keep talking. We just talked about it last episode. Our DBs are struggling a little bit. You know, we needed help in the secondary, and Ballard hasn't made any moves since we signed Joe Flacco or Quan Davis, things like that. Let's make a move now, since Quandre Diggs just got added to the Tennessee Titans. You know, they took L'Jarius Sneed from us. I don't know what offer we made to him, but they also and you're going to add a guy that is consistently that ranks high every season in coverage grade among safeties per PFF. Not only that, he brings impact to the run game, plays on the ball. You know, he's got defensive stops galore. Like, Jamal, what am I missing? Like, why is Chris Ballard not signed? like, just to add in, our all be taking even a bigger leap this year. That's what we predict, right? Got a healthy Richardson, got a happy and healthy Jonathan Taylor, got a second-year head coach in Shane Steichen. You know, I expect us to run up the points on the board a little bit. You were talking about it last episode, or like 35 a game. So
got to.
You know, we ain't got to rely on them, but you know, this causes opposing teams, once we take an early lead, this compels them to score more points early. You know what they got to do? They got to throw it in the air more often. You know who they got to throw it in the air against? Justin Simmons and Julian Blackman. You know, Julian Blackman, the guy who led our team in interceptions last year. You know, Justin Simmons, who I'd already talked about, is a ball hog back there in the safety field. Like that's where Justin Simmons steps in, reels in those interceptions, just like Blackman did last year. These two, I feel like, could easily eclipse double-digit interceptions altogether. I mean, both of them put together. And like you were saying, Jamal, really, it just depends on the contract. Like, what does that look like? I think he's still, like, his market value, just the kind of quality player you're getting here, the shiny toy. If he's got a dozen offers, like they're saying, I can't imagine that a few of them are in the double digits. Right, so I don't see him getting scooped up for less. I've been wrong before, though. I just think, what do we have? Let me check how much cap space we got. What is it?
27?
Almost $26 million. Yo, we got the money.
Shake and bake. Let's make it happen. It can easily happen. I mean, like you said, everything you've mentioned is already said. You talked about him being, the most interceptions, or at least tied for most interceptions since 2016. This man has had 30 INTs. He is a ball hawk, like you mentioned. Last year was a down year for him with 3 interceptions. I mean, come on, talking about 6, 5, 5, 4 before leading up before
3.
Julian Blackman has said during training camp, or during OTAs and all the stuff, that he is the quote vet of the locker room right now, or for their group. Why can't we get another true vet in there as well with him to help spread this joy, spread this love to these kids out there? Let them know, hey, this is what you want to strive to be. This is what you want to thrive to be. Because for one, it takes a little pressure off of Blackman to perform at a level that, that I know he can, but he doesn't necessarily need to, because we can get easy help for him. And 2, that can help him excel, because he can learn even from somebody else who has more experience in the game than he does. So
and Jamal cut out right there, but Blackman has been, I mean, he played at a high level last season. We all saw that. Of course, he wasn't able to stay healthy all the time, but even in training camp, this man is playing for next year's contract. Like, my man is grinding, and he deserves it. I can't wait to see what he does this season, but you got to look at these other teams in the AFC South. Who else is bidding offers to Justin Simmons? I assume the Titans are out of the race because they just picked up Quandre Diggs. I don't see them picking up another safety, but the Texans, they have Jimmy Ward. and then they've made some splash signings. I feel like they're done, but they could add more. The one team I would be a little fearful of is the Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, they got their cap space is a little above us, so that they can make a pretty good and convincing offer. They could probably argue that their team is more ready because they've made the playoffs more recently, won some games that, you know, he could play for a quote unquote contender. It's just, you know, can Chris Ballard close this deal? Are they even in the market for Justin Simmons? I don't see why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You put a compelling case out. Let's just get this dude on the squad, bro. Let's put him on the squad. You made the case for him. I can't bring nothing else to the table. You did all the hard work. So get him on the squad.
Yo, if I don't see a signing this week, boys, I don't know. We might have to do a Chris Ballard episode. If he goes to another AFC South team, woo, boy, yeah. Hey, Lord have mercy on y'all soul. Hey, you got anything else, Jamal?
That's it for me, dog.
Hey, that's it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use to listen to podcasts, and we'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Y'all, take care.
Take it easy.